Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Aro Shehera. Today we are going to do sine, cos and tan graphs. So first I'm going to draw a graph. First I'm going to draw a graph. Wait a minute. Yeah. So first I'm going to draw a graph. Some technical error. Um, this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. So in a sine graph, this is a sine graph. Sine graph. This is a sine graph. So in x-axis there are coordinates 90, 180. Let's bring it a bit here. 90, 180, 270, 360, and this side also 9 minus 90 minus 180 minus 270. So guys, we are gonna type 90, 180, 270, 70, 360, and here minus 90 minus 180 minus 270, 270, 270. Okay, so in this sine graph, the graph is going like this. The intervals are 180, and it's going through a origin, and there are in y-axis this is 1 and this is minus 1. So I'm gonna draw a graph. Okay, we can write 360 also. 360, 360. So this is 360. Let's start from here. Coming to 1, the gap is 180. So that is 180, and here you go, and it's come to 360. So you can see from here to here it should cut from 180. Okay, and 180, let me just and draw again. 360, 180, 90, and like that. So that's how it's going. And in sine you can, like in the questions, it can be like this: pi divided by 2. Draw from this. Pi divided by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi divided by 2, and this is 2 pi. Yeah. So let me see what 3 pi, I can remember actually, wait a minute. So 3 into 180 divided by 3 is 180. 3 into 180 divided by 2, okay, 270. It's 3 pi divided by 2. In 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 questions they can give this graph like this, and this is also minus pi over 2, minus pi, minus 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. So this is a sine graph. In questions they can ask, they can give a function, and they can give a function and they can ask to draw. And in sine graph they give a range like 0 to 360, 0 to 360. And this graph, it's minus 360, minus 360 x 360. This is the range. This is the range of the graph. And guys, this is the sine graph. Next, move on to the cos graph. So I'm going to erase this. Cos graph also like sine graph. You have to draw first. You have to draw the y-axis. Second, you have to draw the x-axis and mark the points 90, 90, 180, 180, 270, and 360. So 360. And here minus 90, minus 180, minus 270, and minus 360. Okay, so we are gonna mark 1 and minus 1. It's also very easy to sketch the graph, and the main thing here, the coordinates which passing the line, the coordinates which line passes. So it's easy. Start from 90 and draw like this, okay, and come to 270 and follow the same method, come to 270. So and like that, see, from 90 to 90, from 90 to 270, the gap is 90 to 90, 90, 180. The gap is 180. So in sine graph, this is y-axis, this is x-axis. You have to write those things when you are drawing a graph. Um, you know, uh, in y-axis, no, sorry, in sine graph, we drew uh, line passing through the origin. But here the line passing through 1. Okay, so the last graph, this is also a very important graph. It's called tan graph. So I hope you got the idea. And as sine graph, you will get a range. This range is minus 360, minus 360 to plus 360, plus 360. So yeah, like that. So let's go to the tan graph. These are not, these are the basic things. You guys don't get questions like this. the questions are coming, the questions in the paper are very different. I'm just giving you a basic idea how to draw a sine graph, how to draw a cos graph, and how to draw a tan graph. Tan graph. So this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. As like previous, mark 90, 90, 180, 360. I'm not gonna write the all minus 90 minus 180. It's gonna take a long time. And if you can, like, I'm gonna do from here to here, draw like, like dot lines. Don't draw like me. Use dot lines. I don't have the option to use the dot lines, so I'm just using these lines, like full lines. Use dot lines, and like it is easy to draw the graph if you sketch these dot lines, and this is how you're gonna sketch the graph. Uh, Here it's like that, and here it's gonna come like this. See, that's it. That is how you draw the graph. And here, like, this is how we draw the tan graph. And these like full lines, you can see full lines. Draw dot lines, draw full lines like me, and mark the axis. This is y-axis. This is x-axis, and you don't need minus ones plus ones in you do need, you if you want to, you can write 1 2 like that, but it doesn't matter actually. And yeah, this is the basic three graphs in trigonometric ratios. Trigonometry, in the lesson, these are the three graphs. So um, actually I hope you guys understand these things. And I'm not stopping from here. I'm going for, it's like advanced three graphs which drawn from this graph. It calls um, cos graph, no sorry, cos sec graph, cosec graph, and cot graph. You know what is sec means, cosec means, cot means. If you can't remember, I can teach you that. Sec means, you can see the C letter here. So C means cos. So you had to write 1 over cos theta. That's how I am remembering it, like it's very easy. So here, cosec, you see there is a S. See, there is a S. So 1 over sine theta. And cot, cot means 1 over tan theta. 1 over tan theta. So these are the three advanced level graphs. Science, you need to know sec graph, cosec graph, and cot graph. I'm going to teach you how to draw these graphs in easy methods. It's quite hard, but let's see, you can do it. And let's draw uh, y-axis and x-axis. I'm going to teach you sec graph, how to draw sec graph, y equal sec theta, y equals sec theta, how to draw this graph. So you can remember I told you sec means 1 over cos theta, 1 over cos theta. So isn't it easy to draw a cos graph first? You know how to draw a cos graph? 90, 180, 270, 270, 360, and here minus 90, minus 180, minus 270, minus 360. Okay, and this is 1, this is minus 1. So I told you how to draw a cos graph from here to here, like that, and draw like this, and take like that, and draw like this. This is how you draw a cos graph. And here, uh, draw a dot line, and you guys can draw a straight dot line, and this is one, right? So this is how you draw the cos, and here also see. Okay, so that is how you gonna draw a sec graph, and 90 to 270 is okay, and here also 270 minus 270. Yeah, so this is how we're gonna draw the sec graph, and the major point is you have to erase the cos graph. Okay, only these parts which are on top of the this and this and this are the sec graph. The cos one should be erased. So that is how you draw a sec graph. And in questions, they give you a range. It can be 0 to 360. It can be 0 to 540. It can be minus 362 plus 360. So you have to expand the graph like this. The intervals are like this: 90, 180, 180, 180, and like uh, 90, 180, 180, 180. From here also 90, 180, 180, like that. That is how you draw a sec graph. Moving on, we are gonna learn how to uh, draw a cosec graph. So as you can remember, cosec means 1 over sine theta. So you can remember how we draw this graph, like sec graph. We first draw a cos graph. Next, we draw a cosec graph like that. Like here, we first draw a cos graph and we draw a sec graph. So here we are going to draw cosec, y equal cosec, cosec graph, and first we have to draw a y-axis and x-axis, and 90, 180, 270, 360. Here also 90 minus 180 minus 360. Sorry, minus 270 minus 270 minus 360. So we mark the x-axis, so y-axis is 1 and minus 1. So we can remember how we drew the sine graph. Sorry, 1 like that. So that is how we draw a sine graph. When you guys drawing, just draw like, it should not be very perfect, but you have to, the examiner should identify the points, like it should be the minimum, this maximum point should be 1 and 90. It should go like that. Okay, like when you guys draw, just try to draw it a little bit perfect, like draw it for the points. So we're gonna learn how to draw a cosine graph from 0 to 180. So I'm gonna draw a dot graph 0 to 180. So 180 to 360. 0 to 180. Okay, so from here to here to here. Here to here. That's how we are gonna draw the cosine graph. And remember, you have to erase this sine graph. I'm just showing how to draw easily a cosine graph, uh, for the, like, when you are in an exam, you have to practice a lot of cosec sec graph, so you don't need to draw a sine graph and draw the cosec graph. uh, Before you, like, if you're doing this for the first time, you can draw a sine graph and draw the cosec graph, and it should be like this. Yeah, and when you're drawing, just don't draw like me. um, Draw it perfectly. This should become to minus, this point should become to the minus 1, and this should also should be in a plus 1, and after that you can draw this graph. Okay, this is how you draw a cosec graph. And next, let's move on to the tan graph, chord graph. So chord means, you can remember I said to you guys in previous videos, if you don't um, watch those things, go and watch my previous videos. I have teach you what are chord. I think I have teach you what are chord and sec and cosec. I can remember actually. If I don't teach you, it will be the next video. And I'm gonna do vectors for the next video. So uh, subscribe. Now I'm gonna teach you how to draw chord graph. Chord means one note 10. So if you can remember how we draw cot cosec and sec graph, we first drew a sine and cos graph, and after that we draw a cosec and sec. But here we don't need that actually. The chord graph is the reflection of the tan graph. The reflection. The chord is the reflection of the tan graph. So let's do it like this: 90, 180, 360. Okay, enough. So the reflection means, guys, first draw a dot line, another dot line, another dot line. So the reflection is, guys, we do a, you can remember, I teach you how to draw a tan graph. Now the reflection is like this. See? Wait, one. I hope you guys get it. And like this. See the reflection. Uh, in tan graph, we do it like this. In tan graph, we do it like this. Can you remember? Like, if this is line, we do it like this. Yeah, that's how we do it. Like, yeah. So this is the reflection. Okay, guys. The basic six, not the basic. I taught you now the advanced three graphs, and I'm going to teach you how to what are the types of questions you're getting in your exams in trigonometric graphs, like graph questions. Guys, you guys will get 1 plus sine theta. Draw this graph. So when you draw this graph, you can remember, guys, there we draw the graph for 1 and 1. This is our x coordinates. So they say 1 plus, there is a 1. So guys, you have to add another 1. So this is 2. And this 1, you should add another 1. So it's come here. And you can draw your graph like that. If it is a sine graph, um, it's going to be like this. If it is a sine one, okay guys, that is what is mean by 1 plus. 1 plus cos also like that. The y-axis increasing, the y-axis going to 2, and they will tell draw 2 sine theta. What is this means? This means you are 90. The coordinates are 90, 180, 270, right? and 360. So this means you have to divide those coordinates by 2. So when you divide these coordinates, if this is previously 90, now it's 45. That's what it means. And guys, this is not the only way they ask. They tell you draw a sine graph and a cos graph in a range like 0 to 360 range. Draw uh, these two graphs and find the solution. Solution means, guys, uh, let's say this is a sine graph, right? So here a cos graph, like go down, up, go down like that. This is a cos graph. Okay, guys. So you can see one point is cutting, like sine and cos is intersecting, and here also sine and cos is intersecting. So from 0 to 360, let's take this is 360, 0 to 360, 2 points intersecting. It means 0 to 360. When you draw sine and cos graph, it means sine graph equal cos graph. The solutions are 2, because solutions means the time those two graphs intersect between that range. So that is how you guys get a question. Uh, Thank you very much. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your ideas in the comments and what are the videos I have to do next. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Have a nice day.